I would like to introduce the speaker expert today to the participants. Dear friends, Dr. Anju Rawlley is a very senior professor and head at NITR Bhopal. She is a renowned teacher, and since many decades she has been teaching nationally and internationally. Not only into teachers training, she has coordinated many projects specifically on curriculum on all India level, and states like Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, and even some other states other than Western region. She has monitored the she has coordinated and monitored the curriculum development project. She is authority on rubrics, assessment, evaluation, and many other aspects. Earlier, she was Dean Students Welfare also, where she performed excellently at NITR Bhopal. I already told you she is an excellent teacher. So, friends, today we have her with us, where she would be talking about innovation and different models in it. Madam, the session is yours. Please
Thank you,
continue.
sir. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, First of all, I would like to welcome. Am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Okay, okay. So, first of all, I would like to welcome all the dear participants of this program. Though I think it is a last session, because I just today itself, just 1 hour before I came from tour, and I was thinking whether if my flight is late, whether I will be able to take the session or not. But fortunately, that flight was at the right time. So. So now we will have a session. Dr. Nishit Dubey, I think you have been listening to his sessions right from Monday. I think this program is on innovation, entrepreneurship, and a startup. And recently, we are in the process of developing a higher module. I think Dr. Dubey might have told about this, which is to be launched shortly by the AICT on the Swayam platform on the research, innovation, and social relevance, and that is for the senior teachers. And myself, Dr. Nishit Dubey, and two more faculty were there in that module. So in that, we have prepared the e-contents and the videos, and we have been working on that for quite some time, and then it would be shortly uploaded on the website, and those who are the senior teachers would take the benefit from this module. So that is one thing which is just related to this. I thought I would just speak about this also. So, and I think now innovation, as told by Dr. Nishit Dubey, my session would be on the innovation types. Some types I would be talking about broadly, and then model of the innovation also. I think it is, as Dr. Dubey was saying, that you had a very elaborate sessions on all these aspects. So before starting, I would like to have little interaction on a few points, because you must be aware about that what is innovation, what is invention, and because you had sessions on the intellectual property right also. So what is innovation, what is invention, and then what is discovery, and then what is creativity. So I don't want to go much in the jargons of this word, because these are the words which are used interchangeably, and there is I would say the thin line of difference amongst these words. Okay, so sometimes we are using these words interchangeably also. So, but still, I would like to be interact, just know from you that how much, so that I may also be updated on all this thing. I would just take the name, and then I would like to know about from Kajal Bharti. Kajal Bharti, can you just speak something about this, Kajal Bharti? Hello? Just to break the ice, I thought, because if I start the session.
Yes, ma'am.
जी, बोलिए. Kajal
Hey.
Bharti? Okay, I think Nishant sir, you can speak, please. Nishant sir.
Your voice cracked. What was the question?
I just wanted to know, because you have been using many terms right from Monday. Okay, invention, innovation, discovery. So I just want to know from you all what is all that these words which are being used. Because ultimately we have to propagate all these things to our students also. Okay, so can you just tell me, please, Nishant sir?
So on the underlining basis, we are looking at a lot of creative thinking.
Okay.
And
Okay.
for to find solutions to problems.
For finding the solutions to the problem. Okay. Alok Sharma ji, sir. Alok Sharma, sir. Alok Sharma, sir.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I
हाँ
am
बोलिए.
Gurashekar.
जी सर बोलिए बोलिए.
Ma'am, we find some important business terms, ma'am. Like we can able to discriminate the values of money versus product values. This is product values want to be proposed with some business terms, like how the business to be mapped in the uh, uh, business model. So what are the
Okay.
key terms is needed? So like that we had some discussions, and the exercises also related to that have been given. So
Okay.
product value is the very important word we are proposing to the students after attending this
Okay.
series.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Anybody else who would like to say? Anybody else? Jaya madam, you want to say something? I think you have raised hand for quite some long time. Jaya madam? I think it is by mistake, or I don't know. Anybody else who wants to speak something on this aspect which I was just raising? Anybody else? Okay. Okay, let me start with the, because I will just first of all discuss little bit, and then I would be coming to my presentation. Okay, so innovation, I will be just talking about 2-3 terms: innovation, then invention, and then discovery. Okay, so innovation, I think discovery first, I would start with the term discovery. Discovery, you can say that discovery means what is already existing, but it was not, but nobody could find out. You can say nobody could find out till date if that is the thing, but that is already existing, but nobody could find out. That is the discovery. Okay, so means that is already existing. I means I would be just talking in the layman terms, that is already existing, but out of exploration or something, nobody could find it out. That's why it was remain undiscovered or unexplored. Okay, so that is the, if you discover something that with the already existing thing, that means it is the discovery. Okay, and if we come to the invention, okay, so invention means if you're trying to create something new, it can be idea, it can be concept or something, so that is the invention. Or it can be it can be anything. So it is like a creation of the new project, new idea, new something. And when we talk about the innovation, if we talk about the innovation, Jaya madam, you want to say something? Jaya madam? I think again you have raised the hand.
Hello.
Ji madam, you have raised her hand.
Ma'am,
Ji.
at that time I raised my hand for the doubt of left and right brain theory. So I want that PPT, ma'am. So I didn't get
Okay, I
chance
think I
that
will
time.
ask Dr. Dubey to share that.
Okay,
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 okay, ma'am. Thank
okay,
you, ma'am.
okay, okay.
If I have any doubt in your PPT, I'll ask definitely.
Okay, okay. I will share the PPT after the
Okay,
session. You
okay,
can.
okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
So invention means it is normally a original idea. Okay, so you try to create something new idea or concept. But when we talk about the innovation, okay, so innovation means it means we are working on the invention. Okay, so it means the innovation is the extension of the invention. Innovation is the extension of the invention. It means we suppose we want to, invention means like a bulb. Okay, this invention of the bulb. Okay, so now if we are working on the in that invention and we are trying to make alterations, modifications, improvement in that bulb, so that becomes the innovation, like LED or different kinds of bulbs. So many things are there. So that is the innovation. Okay, so so it means the when we are working on the invention, and then that creates some value, or it means we add certain value to that, or maybe the commercial value to that, and then for widespread use, that is very, very important. Okay, so when we are trying to add value and then we are trying to use it for some widespread value, that becomes the innovation. It means that something which sells. Okay, so that becomes the invention. Okay, and so it means innovation, it means, I think you might have understood the difference between the invention and the innovation. So it means the things which is used for commercial purpose or for widespread use, that is the innovation. Okay, so like Uber, Ola, these are the, you can say, the modifications in the concept of the taxi, okay, for the benefit of the people. Okay, and the people are using these innovations for their use. And coming to the discovery, okay, discovery, as I have already said, that discovery means that the things are already existing, but we could not explore that, and then nobody could find out till date. So that is already existing, and that is the discovery. And from the discovery, we try to means you can say the invention may be a extension of the discovery, and innovation may be the extension of the invention. Okay, and if we come to the word research, okay, if we come to the word research, so research is means we are just trying to make certain processes, certain actions, we are taking certain action, and then we are trying to explore the things, and then from the research we come to the maybe discovery. Okay, so these are the terms, means a little bit there can be so many overlaps also. We are not going at least means in the true meaning of this, but the concept, I think that you need to understand the concept of these different terms. I think it must be clear to you. And the creativity is about, it means you're trying to exploit the potential of the mind, you can say, and then you are just, that's why we are trying, means creativity for encouraging all these things in our teaching, learning. We are trying to adopt many things in our institutions also. I think you know better because you are in the system. It means because you are directly dealing with the students. So can somebody tell me what are the different ways by which you are promoting all these concepts which I have discussed right now, like innovations and then creativity, explorations and research, so many, all these jargons of word which I am saying. So how you are trying to promote all these words in your teaching learning? Just hold on. I would just ask with Naren Kumar sir. Naren Kumar sir, are you here? Naren Kumar sir? Rohit Mehta sir? Rohit Mehta sir? I think there should be interaction. Otherwise, Rohit Mehta sir, are you here? Okay. Anybody else who wants to answer to this question? Rituraj? Rituraj sir? Ji sir.
Ma'am, you can question, ma'am. I can't get your question, ma'am.
Okay. I think I just mentioned very briefly about the different terms or maybe the concept you can say. And then how my question is how you are trying to promote all these concepts in your, because you are all are teachers, okay? You all are teachers. So how you are trying to promote all these concepts in your teaching learning situation, and how you are planning, or maybe if you are already doing, then how you are doing it, okay? So that is my question, how you're trying to promote all these things, innovation, discovery and so many other things. I think there is a disturbance from the Sahu sir side. I think please mute your mic sir, Sahu sir. जी जी बोलिए। साहू सर प्लीज अपना म्यूट कर लीजिए जी। साहू सर अपना आप माइक म्यूट कर लीजिए। ओके, so can anybody answer this question? Can anybody, Rohit sir, anybody who wants to answer this question? How you are trying to encourage, motivate, promote all these things in your teaching learning situation? Please, boliye. How you are trying to promote all these things in your teaching learning situation? Samir sir?
Ma'am, by example.
Dr. Shweta, please.
Ma'am, can we encourage to student to learn these terms by example?
Okay. Okay. What you're saying here, can you encourage?
Because we can differentiate the terms by example only.
Okay.
Otherwise, the term, when the terms are similar, it is very difficult to remembrance.
Yes.
So by example, they can relate that this one is this one and this one is this one. No, so they can got it easily and remind it in future.
Okay. You are very right, madam. But my question was different. My question was definitely they should understand the difference amongst the different words. That is true. But I am asking extension of that. My question is, how can you promote as a teacher, as a Dr. Shweta Gupta, as a teacher in your organization? You are from which institution, madam?
Ma'am, Fairfield Institute of Management and Technology, New Delhi.
Okay. So as a teacher, how you are promoting, because here the teachers, as Dr. Dubey has said, that there are teachers from different institutions, different faculty. So you have to implement all these concepts in your teaching learning, in your discipline, and then taking the examples of the world of work so that they get the real life experience or world of work experience while they are in the education. Okay, so my question was that how you are trying to promote, okay, and how you are seeing, you are ensuring that these concepts are developed in the students and they are motivated, they are promoted to do all these things. So that is my question. I would like to hear from some of the participants. It's a very, very important. Otherwise, just having the theoretical questions, theoretical session, I think we will not be able to. Ramya sir, ji boliye. Ramya sir, you want to speak? Ramya sir, you want to speak?
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Ramya from Tamil Nadu. I am working as a professor in Srimad Andavan Arts and Science College from Trichy. Um, Here we have the curriculum regarding entrepreneurial development course. This is in the name of skill-based elective we are providing to our students, and also practically we are conducting weekly wise Friday Bazaar. In the name of Friday Bazaar, our students are promote their own products, and when they are interested to selling their own created products and also buying the goods from various places and sell here to the teachers and to the classmates and surrounding people also. And in our college we are conducting the in our biotech and biochemistry departments, they are cultivate the mushroom. They also selling mushroom cultivations. They the students are producing the product and sell the teachers and outsides. And also here science department and arts departments both are conducting the various programs regarding entrepreneurial curriculum wise. ED cell also we are conducting here. ED cell, entrepreneurial development cell. This is also motivate our students to promote their products through our curriculum, based on curriculum. We are teach the practical as well as theoretical base.
Okay, very good, very good. Very good, madam. Anybody else who wants to share the experience? Anybody else? How they are trying to promote the these kind of things in their organization? Anybody else, please? Anybody else who want to speak on this? Tushar sir? Tushar Wankhede sir? Tushar Wankhede sir, are you here? Saurabh Kumar Srivastav sir? Saurabh Kumar Srivastav? Are you here, sir? Okay. I think it's a very important thing, the words which we have discussed right now about the innovation, invention, then creativity, discovery, research. These are all interchangeable words. I think as Madam Ramya Madam has said, as per the requirement of their curriculum, because you know what are the skills which are really required or what are the outcomes which are really required by the industries. So we as a teachers need to go to the industries. We need to know how what are the different tasks or the problems are being taken care by the pass outs of this diploma program or the degree program or the master's program or whatever it is. So after passing out, what are the problems, tasks they are handling, and then we as a teachers should visit the industries and jot down all these tasks which are being done as after getting job in the industry, or maybe the self-enterprise, or maybe anything. So these points, these tasks or the problems has to be noted down, and what we can do, we can definitely, as a teacher, we can synchronize the requirement of the industry and the requirement of the curriculum. Means what is really expected from the students of my pass out, and then we can definitely jot down certain projects or problems. Jaya madam, can you please mute here? Certain problems, projects, or the task, and then because we are just trying to bring the world of work into the institution, into the teaching learning situation, into the laboratory, which is really very, very important. Okay, so that is how we can promote all these things, and it should not be left to the students only, because the students are not that much aware, and I would say that the students should be involved, but that it should not be left to the students only. And that is how we as a teachers should focus on the problem-based learning, project-based learning, or maybe through the maybe, as madam has rightly said about the Friday bazaar, or we should we should make them engage in some creative exercise, maybe by developing some incubation centers, or maybe the creative centers, or maybe providing each students the scientific kits or the technical kits, the basic kit which is really required for innovations, creativity, and all these things to prosper. So maybe you have a consultancy project, so that consultancy projects fund can be used to purchase such kind of scientific kits, technical kits, the basic kit, which all the students should be aware of, the basic tools and the equipment tools. I would say equipment, definitely it is not possible, basic tools, so that they can work independently with the confidence, and you can provide the very important thing. In many of the organizations we have seen, they have everything, they have the incubation center, they have everything, but we don't provide the time. Okay, we give everything for the home assignment, which is really not feasible actually, because so many, when too many assignments are given, and that to home assignments, so students sometimes they don't get the time to perform all these things. And so the time and your supervision, your guidance, your motivation, that is also required. So somehow once in a week for maybe 2 hours, or maybe allotted in the form of some maybe you, whatever you call it, as a sessional time, or a project time, or whatever you can call anything, creative time. And that, as madam was saying about the Friday bazaar, or maybe it is a Friday bazaar or fortnight bazaar, whatever you say, because sometimes what happens, it takes little time when you go deep into this process of creativity, discovery, innovation. So you go deep and deep into this, and then when you try to explore many things, so you require many things. Sometimes you require one accessory for that when we are trying to create something, and that time your motivation, your guidance as a teacher is must, and then only the students can do the wonders. And you might have observed this also even in the Three Idiot film. I think it's a very good example when you have seen that we have the person has created a very good sample जो उसने plane बनाया था, but he was demotivated by the teachers, by the principal, and ultimately he committed suicide because he could not He was in the process of creation, innovation, and everything, but he was not motivated. Rather, he was discouraged by the authorities, and he could not complete the project in time, and that's why he committed suicide. Okay, so that type of things should not be. I'm just giving you one example, and that's why it was really many teachers that time. That film was in the limelight, and every teacher were asked to see that film. Okay, so that is very, very important. We should encourage such thing, and we should not be fussy about the time, sometimes timing of the submission, and so many small petty things, and because of that, the students should not be discouraged. So you as a teacher should promote all these things in the teaching learning situation, and try to develop these resources. Okay, so as a physical resources also, you should develop all these things, and then as a emotional resource also, you should act as an emotional resource to motivate them, and then definitely your students will do the wonders, and definitely will try to develop very good projects and give very good output. So this is just what the different concepts which we are trying to discuss. I think we can our students will be able to do or promote, means will be able to do and realize the concept what we are trying to do. Now coming to, I think it's now I think I'll just try to present the PPT. Just hold on. So this is, so in this session, I would be talking about three things, a little bit about the innovation and all these terms. I think I have already discussed, and then I would be talking about the types also, and then I would be talking about the model of the innovation. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I will be using this slide mode only, because some of the slides I would be missing. So is it visible to you? And so you are able to see it. So this is just background. I was just trying to, and I would request all of you to see that 3 Idiot film. Be very sincere on developing these concepts. Try to develop the innovation culture, creativity culture in your organization. Plan the things. Definitely you will be able to, because they want the environment. The students wants the environment. They want your guidance. Sometimes they have reached to a certain stage, but they have stuck up. So there you will be as a better guide to do all these things. Okay. As I have discussed about what is innovation, so you're just trying to churn, you're just trying to do the brainstorming, all these things, idea, and I mean, so you're trying to exploit, unleash the potential of your mind, okay, to come to the innovation. So nowadays you might be seeing that innovation has become a buzzword. Okay, it's not the buzzword only in the education. It has come recently, but education, society, and business word. Okay, so it is promoted by many government and technical organization and people as essential ingredient of 21st century world economy. Even Dr. Dubey has said that you already have exposure to the different schemes by Government of India. I would be also talking, means just giving the exposure. So even government is also promoting to start to promote innovation to a large extent. And even government has also started long back a separate ministry for entrepreneurship development and innovation is being promoted by even if you visit the AICT website also, you will find there are many schemes like hackathon, tech fest, tech fairs. There are so many things that you can also organize at your institution to promote all these concepts. Okay. So it is currently promoted by many government and technical organization and even the individual people as a whole. It's not necessary I should be engineer or I should be a master's or I can be a illiterate person also and I can do the innovation. Okay, so it can be done by the individual people also, but definitely if you have the environment and that mind, that's why I said you have to exploit the potential of each and every student, and you have to provide them the direction to exploit their potential. To sustain the business, innovation has become essential because there are so many things, so much of competition is there. What better, what additional value you can provide to that product, to the process, or maybe other thing. That's why you will be in the market. Otherwise, you will not be able to sustain in the market. That is really very, very important. Even as we have said, the government of India has also taken many, initiated many policies. Science, technology, and innovation policy is one such policy where we are trying to promote the innovation. Okay, even in national education policy, which was everybody knows about the national education policy. National education policy, there is a law, there is a mention about the innovation. Means the innovation is being promoted, and that's why in that also we are talking about the this cross section means even now the things are being multilingualism is promoted. So it's not that those who knows the Hindi, English, or maybe then only they will be able to excel in their field. Even the things, even now we know that everything is being means government is trying to promote the education, training, and innovation, invention, everything in multilingualism, you can say. So we are talking about we are not talking about one discipline only, we are talking about multidisciplinary approach. Okay, and whenever we are talking about the project also, are you able to hear me, please? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when we are talking about the project also, so it is not the project only for one course only. So suppose you are from mechanical or maybe from pharmacy or from management side. So it's not that if you're talking about the project of in a one course, because it is there in the one in the curriculum, but the project will be in the course initially in the initial semester. When we move forward little bit, then the project can be across the courses also. It can be means whatever, suppose some skills we are trying to develop through one course, so it can be across the courses also. And as we go higher, the project can be within a discipline, and then maybe across the discipline. Okay, so start thinking from the scratch, means initially maybe from one course, just to get acquainted, our students get acquainted how to do the project work. Okay, it's not that if you're giving certain assignment for copying and then we are wasting the time of the student, it is a project work. It is not the real project work. Okay, so all these things has to be, we as a teacher also need to understand what is the project work and what is the purpose of the project work and why we are doing the project work. It is not that we are giving the project work just for the sake of filling the marks in the sessional work. It's not so. So we need to understand the real spirit of this, all these things, the project work, the invention, the innovation, creativity, all these things. And then when these conceptual seeds are germinated in the minds of the students, then when they as they go from the initial semester to the higher semester, you will find that you will not be able to believe what they are doing, the wonders. Okay, so at least we can provide such opportunity in the students. And I think you might, Dr. Dubey, I know that he might have given many examples, even when the illiterate persons are also doing the innovation. So it's not that depends on, that's why that depends on the your mind mapping, your environment, or maybe sometimes inherent skills, inherent attitude, inherent potential. So that such kind of persons should be promoted maybe by the certain organizations, certain NGOs, and they should take that persons to the right path, right platform, so that in a very right perspective. Okay. So even national education policy, as I said, so now there is no concept of the discipline or no concept of one discipline. Even in the mechanical, as a mechanical engineer also, I can learn about the liberal arts, I can learn about the economics, because that is my passion. Okay, so I can also learn the fine arts and so many other things. But mechanical engineering, coding also I want to learn, but additional also I want to learn that. So even the curricular path can also be like this. So all these things you have to see and have to promote. Okay, even the Niti Aayog and Make in India, they also promote the concept of the innovation and the invention. Even the recent pandemic, I think we have seen, we have experienced, okay, because all these things were new to us, has further promoted the concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat, which relies on innovation. Today only I had been to Gujarat with one of my professor, and they are going to organize the Global Innovation Summit on this 10th, 11th and 12th. Okay, so that is really based on the concept of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay, and we have experienced that what are the things really which we require. We should not be dependent on the others. Okay, so our government, is trying that we should be self-dependent in all facets of the need. All facets of the need, whether it is the medical, whether it is the food, whether it is the healthcare, whether it is everything. Okay, so that is really, that need to be promoted. Okay, so Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think this we know. Even the innovation has been instrumental during all this thing, even the green revolution, white revolution and blue revolution, and it has brought about millions out of poverty, generating livelihood opportunities also, and paving the way for a young and self-reliant nation. Okay, all this, like we are talking about Amazon, we are talking about many things, food delivery apps and so many things, Uber, Ola, so many. I think you know many things. There are many innovations which are being practiced, and you are all updated about this. So even suppose I'm not able to earn something, but I can start something I can add myself, register myself some at the appropriate platform, and then on something. So definitely it has innovation has played a very important role in even the for sustenance also. So, as I discussed, innovation is done by taking an existing idea, concept, or project and improving upon it. Okay, so like I have taken the example of the bulb. So then coming to the LED, even you can take the example of the basic mobile phone. Okay, basic mobile phone. Now you can talk about the so many versions of the telephone. This mobile phone has come, so that these are all the examples of the innovation. So innovation is a process of translating an idea or invention into goods or service. Okay, so it's not that service. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's not that it's only the goods or it's only the product only. Okay. So as I was talking about the mobile or something, so it's not. It can be, there can be innovation in the service also. Okay. So it means you are adding value. As I said, you are adding value for widespread use and commercialization. That is very important. So that is very important. So widespread use and commercialized. So it can be used by many, means it should be the benefit for the large number of the person. Then it can be as big as, and it can be very big, it can be a very small. Okay, so even you might have seen also, even the industry also, even in your organization also, you can do certain innovations, maybe in the process, in the product, maybe in the service, so many things. Like suppose in the admission process also. Okay, so you can think of developing certain you, I think you know better. So it's not that innovation means it's a very big thing. So even a small, maybe the small changes, a small improvement may lead to certain cost effectiveness. It may lead to the reduction in the finance, the reduction in the time, may reduction means we are saving the earth. So many things can be there. So it can be means too big also, it can be too small also. So don't think that if I am doing the very big only, then it is an innovation, otherwise it is not an innovation. So then innovation and creativity plays a major role in innovation. Okay, we know that, and we have discussed that also. Even Google, Apple, Tesla, Facebook, they are all considered as a successful innovation. Google, you might have seen that we are using the Google Classroom. So many apps are there, Google G Meet, so many things are Google Documents, so many, even Apple has, they have a range of products. Like Facebook, there are so many versions, so many features of that. So they are all the innovations. So innovation, it's not that it's a linear process or the sequential process. Okay, so that's why I said you can encourage, you can promote the innovation only when you have a lot of brainstorming, a lot of discussions, a lot of meetings, a lot of creative sessions, and when you spend time with your students, and whatever ideas come to the students, that idea should not be stopped, ideas should not be curbed, that should not be stopped by the teachers. And then you are just trying to note down the ideas and thinking on this, and maybe with lot of interactions, feedback, and then maybe when you think all these things, means you have to tune and train your mind in that direction, in the creative direction, rather than just memorizing the things and for the rote learning. Okay, so that is very important. Okay, It is very important to note that innovation is not an invention. Innovation is the extension of an innovation. I have specifically explained this. Innovation is the extension of the invention. Okay. So as we have taken the example of the bulb. Okay. Thomas Alva Edison ने बल्ब बनाया, बल्ब के बाद ने बहुत सारी चीजें उसमें डेवलप कर ली, उसके बहुत सारे वर्जन्स आ गए, बहुत आपके घरों में, सबके घर में. So it can be the it is an example of the means innovation is the extension of the invention. Evolution of the smartphone, as I've discussed, portable computers, okay, then touch screen interfaces, so many things. I think LCD, LED, all these things are examples of the innovation. Google also, high precision car by Google, then Tesla electric cars even has revolutionized the world. Even Elon Musk, multiple innovations are changing the world. उसको हम कहते हैं कि वो 21st century का थॉमस एडिसन. So and he has won many awards and Elon Musk. And his breakthrough thinking has created a net worth of around $13.5 million. Okay, and many products, many patents, and in many areas he has worked. Even coming to another, Ethereum's 27-year-old creator, Vitalik Buterin, is now the world's youngest crypto billionaire. Okay. He is the developer of the Ethereum, a blockchain platform that runs on the Ether cryptocurrency. Okay, so it decentralizes the financial system and operations, but that cryptocurrency, it is not actually legalized, and even recently it was in the news also, but some innovations are being done in this direction. And innovation is the extension of the innovation, as I have discussed also. Like invention, if I take the example of the invention of the computer, बहुत पहले हुआ था. Okay, invention of the telephone, okay, that was the invention. Okay, if we are taking this as a basis, as a base, now we are coming to the different versions of the computer, different forms of the phones, and other things. Coming to the innovation is significant improvement or adding new features in invention or remodification in invention. Okay. Invention cannot occur without creativity. That's why I was just focusing my initial time which I spent on our interaction was that how we can promote all these things in our students. Okay, so if you're not going into the jargons of the words, then it's very important that these all things need to be promoted in our organization to exploit the minds of the potential minds, I would say the potential minds of our youngsters. And then how can we as a teacher, okay, because so that जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना हमको तराशना है, how can we exploit that raw mineral into that diamond. Okay, so that is really very important, and where your role as a teacher lies in this. Okay, so how you can keep track of the things, how you are involved with the students, and how you can channelize your student, that is very, very important. Okay, I think I have discussed all these things. Some examples I have given. Purposes of innovation. Innovation compels and encourages the students to use higher level of cognitive skills to solve the problems. Okay, if we talk about the task in the industry, because our students when they go to the world of work after the pass outs, okay, after they passed out from that engineering program or the master programs, some task is given to them. Okay, and that task is a, whether you call it is a task or the project, it is a combination of many problems, and problems also of multidisciplinary problem. Okay, multidisciplinary problem. So that's why the interaction amongst the teachers, even whenever you are doing the team teaching also, maybe you one part is taken by that mechanical engineering teachers, other part of that concept is being taken by the civil engineering teacher, and maybe some part is, suppose I am talking about the environmental chemistry, maybe some part is taken by the chemistry teacher. So you as a teacher has to see from the perspective, you should be very visionary in that direction, and you as a teacher should see that what is really will be required at the world of work, and how you can analyze, fragment that concept, so that our students are well versed with this concept and they don't face any problem when they go to the world of work. That's why the higher level of cognitive skills, I think we are talking about analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and so many other things. Even higher level of not only the cognitive skills, the practical skills. When we are talking about the innovation, it's not only that we are talking about only the cognitive skills. We are talking about the psychomotor domain skills. We are talking about the affective domain skills also. Okay, you are a very good teacher, you are very creative, you have done PhD from IIT, you are very perfect, you have 10 patents with you, you have 10 international papers, but as a teacher, what you are giving to the students, however are you trying to develop, inculcate all these things in your students, is very, very important, which is your role. So whether you are able to do this, so your affective domain. So that's why it's not only the cognitive domain, only all the domains are really involved to channelize the students. Even the students also should be channelized to use all the domains of their brain. Okay, so that it's not only, I mean, we don't want to make only intellectuals, those who are toppers only. Okay, toppers in their discipline, but they don't have the practical knowledge. So that's why I said there should be a good overlap of the three domains: cognitive, psychomotor, means the practical skills, and the affective domain also. Then only we will be able to make a very good student pass out. Okay. So any organization or business to succeed, we need to attract smart, creative employees and create an environment where they can grow. Even you might have seen, even in now in the private organizations also. Okay, after 40-45, you might have seen many private and corporate organizations, their stagnation comes after most of the people. I don't say all, but most of the people, those who don't believe in the process of the continuous improvement, okay, they have reached to the stage of stagnation. Or maybe in our organizations too, if we are senior teachers, it doesn't mean that we know everything. Okay, we should promote the youngsters, young teachers, and we should listen to them, we should encourage them, we should learn, we as a senior teachers should also learn many new things from them, and that we should have an open mind. That is really very, very important. So we need to, that's why even in the, as I said, in the private organization also, people are trying to attract the creative employees. Okay, so that's why, and they get, because they get benefit out of that, because when they take the young and creative employee in the their very tender age, they don't have to pay much also at the initial stage. Okay, so slowly, definitely, when they do the wonders, they are being paid very highly also, and they can grow. They can. So that's why. So that has to be. This is the crux of that thing that we as a teacher, what is our role and how we can promote all this thing. That is really very very important. We may understand every concept, but if you're not trying to implement this in our institution, it's all waste. Okay, so that is really very very important. I think these are the different stages of the successful innovation. So it means the stage, if the stage one is idea generation and mobilization, it means what we can do. We should conduct the NGTs. Okay, nominal group brainstorming techniques. We should have, that's why I said, you should, rather than teaching A to Z in the class, okay, you should analyze your curriculum, see what are the different concepts, very important concept, very creative concepts, which are really required to be taught to the students. Focus on that particular concepts only. Don't teach A to Z, which is really, which is a waste of time, I would say. Ask them to read themselves, because many of the skills like we want to develop in our students is like self-learning, lifelong learning, learning to learn, many things, communication. So otherwise they will be only spoon-fed every time, and then when they will go to the world of work, they will not be able to do anything. Okay, so even the projects also, because they will think, when they will go to the world of work, they will see, they will think that my teacher has never given me such kind of project. Okay, though they were always used to tell that we have industry focused curriculum, but we are not, my teacher has never given me such kind of project. So we have to develop in our student a set of skills which is really required. That's why I said you need to give them, provide them somehow. I don't know how you will provide. I have given you one clue that you can use a consultancy fund. So many, that you should provide them the kit, you should provide them the time, you should provide them the creative labs, creative rooms, the time, your time, their time. Okay, all these things, when you will provide, the idea generation will be there, mobilization will be there. That idea, you will have to screen out that idea, means which are the, maybe you might have seen also many projects, maybe you will remember many of the students who they are doing very good projects. Even many of the students, they are being absorbed to the industries, the private organization, because of their projects only. Okay, so all these things, maybe their idea is so good, and then ultimately these idea, they have taken the idea and then ultimately it is commercialized. Okay, so all these things has to be promoted in the organization. One of the innovator, Friedrich Nietzsche, how you can flourish the innovation. He said that you must have a chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. Very very nicely said that आपके मन में कुछ कोलाहल होना चाहिए कुछ करने का. नॉर्मली हम क्या करते हैं कि जब स्टूडेंट्स क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं या कुछ इस टाइप का क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं, तो हम उसको स्टॉप करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Okay, so sometimes it is okay, but we should provide them that. That's why I'm saying that maybe once or twice in a week you can conduct such sessions, and which is really required. Okay, you need to develop the culture of innovation. As I said, the Thomas Alva Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, he said that I have just found 10,000 ways that don't work, because he was failed 10,000 times. So he said, I know that I don't have to do like this. That is that learning experience. Because if you don't do it, that all learning experience are the cumulative learning experiences are benefiting you to do many wonders. Okay, that is really very, very important. Then benefits from innovation. What are the benefits from innovation? That is, means it improves productivity. I remember when my father was in BHL, they had a magazine. Okay, even you can also propagate certain magazines of such kind, and then there used to be one column, innovation in this month. Okay, and that person, because of that minor, as I said, it should not be too big, or it can be very minor innovation, and that minor innovation is leading to the profit of maybe some lakhs. Okay, so some that may be minor innovation by a foreman, okay, by a clerk, by a peon, by anybody. Okay, so that the efficiency, if you are saving the time, if you are saving the money, even the time efficiency is very important. So this is all we're talking about the economics of many things. Okay, so improve process, or means you are trying to improve the efficiency and the effectiveness, lowers the cost of the production, promote R&D for promoting innovations. So that type of, for encouraging such kind of things, you can declare certain certificates, certain year of the award, maybe the 3 monthly, monthly, some gifts, a certain kind of things. Some maybe a Cadbury. Sometimes people don't want money, maybe, but innovation maybe in the kind, maybe in the form of a kind, or maybe a gift, maybe a certificate, and different means it can be a different kind at different times. Okay, so maybe increase the market share, growth, brand reputation. Because of the brand reputation of your organization has increased because you have done so much of good innovation. Reduce the risk of disruption by competitors, increase customers' loyalty. Everybody is coming to your organization because you have developed a so nice system, so impartial system, and very efficient system. Increase competitiveness, increase profitability, because you have so many equipments in your civil laboratory, so many things like tensile strength, impact strength, so many, and hardness testing, water testing, so many. So because you are trying to develop through these equipments, it's not only you are just trying to give the experiments, you are doing the experiments in the organization, in your institution, you are also generating the revenue for the for your institution. Okay, you're generating the revenue for the institution, which is very important, and that revenue is being used for because what is, suppose if we take such kind of projects, then what is happening, we are just training our students also. Many force advantages are that we are training about our students also for skills development. We are also getting the IRG also, and we are doing the industry related projects also. So our students are benefited by all these things. So generate IRG also, use that fund for the growth also, growth of the other things. You generate employment also, and so many other things. There are so many advantages to this. What are the skills? What are the skills requirements of the successful innovators? I think network innovators are questioning, very important, as I discussed. Networking is very important. You should have networking, you should be resourceful. How you are, because suppose you are stuck up anywhere, so you should know where you will be able to get this job done. Okay, so very important networking. You should have observation skills. Many of you, this observation skills are the key to many things. Many persons, they have not touched their things, but by their observation skills, they have they have learned many things. Okay, you might have also experienced. I have just noted down with the very 4 or 5 only important skills, but they are very, very, I think this has been discussed also by Dr. Nishit Dudesar also. So that has to be taken care of. Okay, then we have to discourage this, that the students are running toward the test scores and the Olympiads. As I said, You may have meritorious profile, but if you're not able to contribute, you're not able to demonstrate. Sometimes you might have, even nowadays, you might have experienced, although many of the industry persons, they are not interested in taking the students who are toppers, but they want to take the students who are good to very good, but they have a very good soft skills. They have they have a good personality. Good personality doesn't mean the physique. They have all kinds of attitude, the mix of all the psychomotor, affective and cognitive domain. Okay, so they feel that they means definitely by their training they will be able to train the students. By their 1 month orientation training, they will train the students, but they will not be able to train the students on the emotional level or maybe the attitude, because attitude they will not we will not be the company will not be able to change the attitude of a person just in 15 months or 15 days or 1 month training. Okay, so that's why that we have to make the students appreciate the test scores. The marks are not only the indicators of the success. Okay, so that has to be that realization should come by the students. Okay, India ranks 48th in the Global Innovation Index 2020 and 64th in the creative output, which is not a very healthy sign for innovation to prosper. I think this is a very, very alarming situation for all of us to understand, and that's why I have been discussing all this thing. We need to now we need to focus on this, and the ecosystem is being created by the government, by us as a teachers. You would be a brand ambassador from this course to promote such kind of culture in your institution. And then I think we need to encourage the incubation and the innovations for solving the problems. First of all, the problems of the Indians and not and the world also. Maybe world means the poor country, and we have demonstrated this during the pandemic situation. Also, we have given the we have supplied the vaccines to many countries. Okay, so we should be able to provide the cost-effective problems for the global problems, maybe of the of the very basic problems like roti, kapda, makan, and many other basic problems. This is really very, very important. Okay, then it looks that we were lacking somewhere to provide the environment. If we just try to introspect that, we will see that there is we were lacking somewhere, so that many of our renowned scientists, we could not provide the culture to our many very important Indian scientists who got the Nobel Prize, means who are the residents of the India, but they got the Nobel Prize, but they were not the residents, means they are not the resident of the India, like C.V. Raman, Hargovind Khurana, Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, then Venki Ramakrishnan, Abhijit Banerjee, and so many others. Okay, so it means definitely if we try to go back and introspect, this is really very, very important. Okay, even it's very important to know that 2% of the America's Fortune 500 companies are led by Indian Americans. And we have to stop the brain drain also. This is really very, very important. So the very important things to understand is that can't we create the culture of innovation? Yes, I think at this stage, we need to promise ourselves, we need to promise to our conscious that yes, we can do wonders, because we know that India is a land of Aryabhatta, Charak, Rigveda, Indus Valley civilization, and we were the front runners, and we are blessed with the most Venkataraman, Vikram Sarabhai, and Abdul Kalam trying to propagate that we need to germinate the seed of innovation in the budding children, I'm saying children, okay? The playway nursery school should not be, means they should not come to the home with the burdens of the assignments, okay? So this is, and how we are giving the assignments, we have to introspect a lot. That is very, very important. And even Abdul Kalam ji said, when children are encouraged to express themselves and take risk of creating art, they develop a sense of innovation, and that will help produce a kind of people that society needs to take it forward. This is really very, very important. Okay. So this is just one part of my session about the means. I just try to make you appreciate about the concept of the innovation. Now coming to the concept of the type of innovation, I think I will just come to the, I think we have discussed all these things. There are different types of innovation. I will be giving you so many examples: process innovation, product innovation. Are you able to hear? Are you able
Yes,
to hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There are so many words, and I will be using, if we just go to the theory of this and just read so many books. So there are so many kinds of innovations which are there. I think our purpose at this point of a stage is not understanding the definition of the types of innovation. And but because as I said, this is a very important slide. There are blurring boundaries. As I said, when I was using in first part of my session, I was using the different terms: innovation, creativity, invention, and so many other things. I think my intention was, you don't need to go to the jargons of this word, but try to see that these things are developed in our student. The main thing is these concepts needs to be developed. Okay. Similarly, when I'm talking about these types of innovation, there are very thin boundaries, blurring boundaries, and overlaps in the classification of innovation types. Okay, we will not be there. We cannot give you the answer. Okay, so whether it is a product innovation or it is a process innovation. Okay, product innovation has gone through the process innovation, and that's why that product innovation has come. Okay, so definitely there are different terminologies that has been used, but different types of innovations will be. We will be just giving you just a brief overview about the different types of innovation. Okay. So Greg Settle has given, an entrepreneur innovator, has given the different types of innovation. I will not be talking much about this. Then another classification is by the innovation matrix, very widely given in many of the books: architectural innovation, then radical innovation, incremental innovation, and then disruptive innovation. So I will not be talking about the difference, means the definition part of this. Architecture means architectural innovation means you're just trying to upgrade the structuring of the present invention. So that is the means. Suppose when we are talking about the bicycle, so that bicycle has been undergone so many steps, so many innovations were done at different stages, and then you can call it as an architectural evolution of the bicycle. Okay, evolution of the bicycle is one of the example. Radical invention means radical means as a breakthrough innovation, you can say. Though there is another clarification, breakthrough innovation also. So that's why I said there are blood boundaries. So like use of artificial intelligence, 3D printing, Internet of Things, means it has like from transportation to healthcare. You might have seen also there are so many innovations in this field also. Like we might have seen recently also how that Vipin Rawat's incident has took place. We don't know whether it was a pilot's fault or maybe a ghatna or maybe a sajish or maybe a sajish by innovation. We don't know. We really don't know. So that's why we are seeing that there are so many innovations which are taking place, and that's why we need to be tracked. We need to be track record of all these things. We need to be updated daily on the latest innovations which are being done. Okay, so internet, smartphone, ATM machine, so many things. These are the examples of the innovation, radical innovation. So that innovation, when we are talking about that, this improvement, modification, incremental innovation, it can be in the existing project, it can be in the service, it can be in the process, it can be in the production, it can be in the distribution system, it can be many more things. Okay, so depending on, now you have to analyze and you have to see that where you can innovate. Okay, where is your passion? Focus on that passion. Okay, and where you can bring innovation in the things. When we are trying to improve the innovation, so it can be in the safety, efficiency, it can be in the user comfort also. Okay, it can be in the design of car, it can be the innovation in the power and the fuel efficiency. Like there are so many models have come, even the electrical vehicle has come. Okay, so these are all the examples of the innovation. I'm going little hurriedly. Then Amazon, the food delivery. Okay, Amazon is known for its service offering. Okay, so it's a global juggernaut, you can say, and is steadily perfecting their service offering. Steadily, okay, perfecting their service offering, and means from they're from next door delivery, the home delivery, or Amazon Prime also means also they are doing means the very fast services are there. So these are all the examples of the innovations. So it's not area, means where you have a passion. Because if you want to innovate anything, what is your passion? Your passion, I think Dr. Dubey might have definitely discussed about this. The very important thing is that what is your passion? Okay, so you try to work on the, sometimes you may ask me that passion will not give you the livelihood. Okay, sometimes it happens, so you can work together, and maybe then definitely after some time you can focus more on the passion sometimes. And we have experienced even in the Three Idiot film, that is also that was one part that which was focus, that you should focus on your passion. But I would say that if we should not sometimes leave the things on total risk. Okay, so we can go parallelly also, so at half distance. Okay, in our total path, maybe a 1/4 part or 1/3 path, we can take the parallel actions, and then we can move towards this. Okay. Disruptive innovation means we're just trying to means what we can say, that we are just trying to ignore the old outdated things, the traditional things, and then we're just trying to come to the new methods, new technology and other things. Like earlier we used to have Bajaj Super, LML. Now we have a gearless garis, gearless scooties, two-wheeler, very light, without even the cars also without gear. So now everybody with comfort, because the comfort of the persons has to be taken care of. So with all comforts, even all are able to purchase the four-wheeler, because there is no problem of the gear and then learning all the things. So most of the persons, they are now buying about this. Now another classification is the Dublin framework. Okay, so when we are, it is say 10 segment, you can say 10 segment Dublin framework, which is focusing on the business model, means that thus the initial four, which profit model, network, structure and process, it is focused on the business model innovation. The middle one, that is focusing on the product innovation, and the last four segments, they are focusing on the marketing innovation. So Dublin framework is very famous when we are talking about the product innovation. As I said, it is talking about the business model innovation. It is talking about the network, structure, process. So I think I have discussed a little bit. I'm not going in that detail. In this part is the process product innovation, where there is a significant improvement in the spectrum of the dimensions, tangible goods or the product, maybe the intangible services, okay, the process or the business models. Okay, so when we are talking about the significant improvement in the spectrum of dimensions, I think we have discussed this can be existing project, technical specification, components, software, material, user friendliness, functional characteristic, and so many other things. Okay. Apple is one of the company which have the most well-known product innovation. I think we all know that. And from evolution is very important. Evolution of the first personal computer in 1970 to all types of latest specification computers and range of products. Okay, so like I talked about the evolution of the bicycle, evolution of the products of the Apple, evolution of the mobile computers, mobile phones. Okay, right from the basic phone to the latest phone. Okay, so product in electric vehicle, now it is you can say it is a kind of eco innovation also. Okay, because there is a zero pollution in this. Okay, so it's a that's why I said there are thin boundaries on this. So product innovation, electrical vehicle. So the very important thing is, as I said earlier also, product innovation, because we are able to see it physically. So we are seeing it, we are calling it as a product innovation. But for bringing the product into the market, we are doing lot of process innovation, which is intangible. Okay, so the product and process innovation, they go hand in hand. I will just give you the technological innovation. Okay, so technological innovation as a result of process and product innovation. You are using the technology along with that. So that's why, as I said, there are blurring boundaries amongst the innovation. Our one faculty, Dr. Sharad Pradhan, is there. He has taken one project from the DST, and then he has developed the road cum rail track cleaning vehicle. and that is a very good, means it is very successful, and it is means for cleaning the system of the road also, and for the rail also. He has developed the system, and it is very appreciated by government of India also, the others organizations. I will just give you the link also after this session also. Similarly, as I said, product, I think we have discussed all this. Product technological innovations, when we are talking about the technological innovation, it is a key driver of the economic growth. And when we are talking about the economic growth, it means we are moving towards the growth of our country. And technological innovation is a key driver, and we are talking about the human well-being. And 3D printer is one of the innovation which is used for additive manufacturing, which is used in the healthcare, automotive, aeroplane, infrastructure building, and so many other things. Just for your information, as I said, we have developed, okay, means it is 90%, 95% complete. We have developed the videos also on all these aspects. Dr. the MOOC program, and that would be shortly uploaded. Okay, so 3D printed car, 3D printed human parts also, that is also one of the example of the technological innovation. Okay. Google has done lot of many innovations. As I said, we need to build the culture of innovation. We need to create the environment of culture of innovation. So what they are doing, the Google says that we encourage our employees, in addition to their regular project, to spend 20% of their time working on what they think will benefit Google according to their passion. Okay, so जो उन्होंने 20% टाइम उन्होंने दे रखा है उनके पैशन से, उनके for the growth of their company. And based on what that 20% time, that's why I'm saying कि जो 20% time दिया उसकी वजह से they have developed a range of products. Okay, that is very, very important. So many products of Google, they are the byproduct of the 20% time of what they are giving to their employees. So you are relaxed also, because what happens every day we go with means a strong, means a very pressure headed, you can say, because so many work are pending. So I think we need to develop, change the culture. There is a need of paradigm shift in the working culture of our organizations, and see that how can we build this kind of culture so that is ultimately benefit to the organization, to the individual, to the society, and to the country at a large. Coming back to I have talked about this. We have all this product innovation also. Now coming to the marketing innovation, there can be services, channel, brand, customer engagement. Okay, when we are talking about the marketing strategy, there can be you can have number of market. Amazon is one such example. Marketing strategy, how you are projecting, you are displaying the packaging, product placement, how you are giving the this advertisement. Okay, so marketing innovation, you have to see how you are using the marketing strategy, how you are using the technology for marketing your project. Okay, and so many things are there. So Amazon Prime, free shipping, these are all the examples of the marketing innovations. One such example, Mercedes-Benz, that is one of the example of the technological innovation, where they are trying to make the things easier and more approachable and introduce an AR smartphone app that would explain digitally the automobile functions. Okay, so that is very important. So you can that is one thing. Now organizational innovation, we can do the like the Google has done, the even the structuring of our people, why there should be hierarchy, how we give equal empowerment to each and every individual. Can we give equal empowerment to all the people? All the people, right from bottom to top? Oh, I don't know. Okay, there are so many questions which need to be thought of. Okay, for making the organizational innovation, you should have a real clear connect between, okay, synchronization, dialogue, communication, so that you can deliver the really efficient output. Okay. Very many innovative company, I think we all know that. Samsung, Apple, McDonald's, so many things, so many companies are there. Deloitte, okay. Deloitte is a very big company. They have developed the innovation culture, innovation company, capability. Capability means all the persons, means there most of the person. Capability means they have the vision that all their employees will be innovative, creative. Means they are talking about the continuous improvement, not they are talking about the continuous improvement. That concept, PDCA cycle, continuous improvement, that is really very, very important. Another type of innovation is R&D type of innovation, then non-R&D type of innovation, open innovation, closed innovation, top-down innovation, bottom-up approach innovation. R&D type innovation means when there is, means when we are talking about that innovation will originate only from the R&D organization. Okay, that is R&D type of organization. When we are saying that non-R&D type of organization means it's not necessary that innovation will propagate or originate from the R&D organization. Even my organization, I can also develop a pool of, or as I said, I will develop the innovation capability in my organization. I will develop my own resources in my institution, and so that's why it is called the non-R&D type of innovation. Open innovation means working beyond the boundaries and collaborating globally. Okay, when I was talking about the skills of successful innovator, I was talking about networking, passion. Okay, and then association. All these things are very, very important. So when we are talking about the open innovation, it's not that my peon has given certain idea, so I will not accept it. My competitor has given the idea, so I will not accept it. Okay, or my associated organization has given the organization, which is a very low level organization, so I will not. So it's not that open innovation means you are open. So that's why I think the first diagram you will remember, just I will say this diagram. Okay, open innovation means you should be open to everything means you should have an open mind, no biases. Okay, so yeah, working beyond boundaries and collaborating locally. One of the example is open innovation is by Jeff Bezos. He states that now we are thinking also so much, so visionary, that now we are committed to build a road to space so our children can build the future. Okay, so that is a real example of the open innovation. Closed innovation means we are just restricting only to our discipline and the course and our that's only, that is the closed innovation. Bottom up innovation means where we are encouraging, as I said, each and every employee, and we are encouraging, we are trying to appreciate, we are trying to give importance to the questions, the brainstorming, why not, how it is happening, all the WH questions. So then only we can promote the bottom-up approach. We encourage such persons who ask many questions, many interests, who are dissatisfied without change, and though who talk about the change, there definitely there would be so much of resistance, but they are the lifeblood and future of the organization. Okay. Eco innovation, sometimes many eco innovation can go in hand, means in hand with the process, product, and so many other innovation. It is very, very important. I think during COVID situation, we might have realized that we were, because of the lockdown, our environment has improved. Why can't we? But the economy has gone down. Okay, so can't we improve the innovation, green innovation? Can we not talk about the eco innovation while our economic growth also? So we have to take steps to preserve and restore the biodiversity and environment of our mother earth, so that our future generations can have a better life. Okay, we are wasting so much of water. Okay, maybe at one time or point of time, our persons, our very means in next to after 2-3 generations, they have to buy like the petrol. Okay, so we will not get the things so easily. Okay, so these has to be remains with all our daily processes. I think this innovation, eco innovation, has to be taken care of in all, during all kinds of innovation. That is the green economy we are talking about. Green culture, green curriculum, green culture, the greening concept. So that is really very, very important. Even the Sustainable Development Goals, which were established by UN, they are very important, and every individual and the students has to be updated about the all the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are really very, very important, and or whether it is a part of the curriculum, not part of the curriculum, many things that has to be propagated. Okay. So I think while promoting the innovation in your organization, Dr. Dubey, are you here? Dr. Dubey? Dr. Dubey?
Yes, madam, I am there.
So, sir, just can I take 7-8 minutes more?
Sure, madam, sure. Why not?
Okay. Okay. So, so I think by promoting innovation in your organization, you can realize the dream of our Prime Minister of a $5 trillion economy of the 21st century by 2024, to promote GDP by way of entrepreneurship and a startup. And I would just request congratulate Dr. Dubey, because he is really the brand ambassador of all these things, and trying this culture to propagate from the core of his heart, so that every teacher, so that as every teacher, as a brand and ambassador from this system, from NITR system to your organization, and further you can percolate this concept, which is really very, very important. One such model of promoting this culture of the innovation is the triple helix model. Okay, I will just very briefly, in just 5 minutes, I will just try to cover this. Here, I will just try to directly coming to the this triple helix model. Here we are trying to talk about the interaction. Okay, it's not the linear interaction between the three partners, three stakeholders of the triple helix model, that is the academia, industry, and the government. Okay, so here even many of you might be doing this. Okay, as I was talking about the rail come road. One example is a type of innovation where we got the fund. I'm just taking that example where we got the fund from the DST. Okay, so government has taken active role. Okay, so academia means we as a academic institution has but we have to make efforts. We have done certain exploration, and then we could, after a series of exploration, research, and so many other things, that rail come road vehicle could be developed. And then we are just trying to commercialize when and using the with having the process project technological innovation, all this thing. And that was really the need of the society. As I said, innovation means it can be widespread used, it can be commercialized. So we know our railway system is too big. Even this vehicle which was developed, it is for the road and the rail also. So that is even the newspaper also, and even in the websites also. Even in our website there is, you can see, visit our website also, where you will find the link also. Even I will also share the link. So that is in process of commercialization, and our country will be benefited at large. So it's a very small, so such kind of problems need to be identified, and based on the problems, we as a teachers need to identify the problems. As I said, that first of all we need to take the we need to cater to the needs of our country also, and the global problems also of the basic global problems of the country. So that is really very, very important. So by this triple helix model, definitely our economic development, knowledge economy, social development, all this will be there, and we will be able to develop through this. We can have the joint project with the industries, academia, and government, and definitely. And but the very important, the prerequisite for this is, definitely I know that many of our teachers, they don't get the opportunity to visit the industry. They don't have any avenues to visit the industry. They, after their qualification, they have directly come to the education institution. But at their own, you have to take the initiatives, you have to take extra initiative, additional initiative, and then you have to see that how you can take the project so that our society will be benefited at large, and you will be able to develop the many skills in your cognitive psychomotor affective skills, many skills. It's not only these many skills, there are many skills you will be able to develop in your your students, as an organization, in your organization as a whole. And then you can think about, you can involve multinationals, corporate industries for the technology transfer with the industry. So there can be different models of the exchange of people from industry and institute also. Even Niti Aayog has also introduced the first ever innovation index in 2019 to instill the culture of innovation amongst the state. And so all this, the main purpose was to develop the innovation capability. So by this triple helix model, I think there is a need to you need to develop such orientation webinars, I would say, for developing this type of culture of taking the projects. Not necessary, even you can bring the project directly from the industry, not necessary only the government organization, anywhere, any NGOs. Okay, you can generate your IRG and take the project. You can identify the problems and convert it into the form of the project. Okay, So as an institute should take niche-based projects with the industry, employing research fellows. We can employ the research for, because we are getting multiple benefits. You can take them employ the research fellows to promote research. So we are promoting the culture of the research, innovation, technology transfer, and commercialization. In turn, our students, they are getting employment also, fellowship they are getting, and then their PhD is also awarded. So we are getting the multiple benefits out of all these things by way of taking project and developing the all these things. So like hackathon, tech fest, incubation hub. I think I have discussed many things earlier. Project exhibition. Okay, you can develop the project exhibition, project competitions. Okay, so definitely your students will be benefited by all these things. Science parks, intellectual property market, as madam said, Friday market, Friday, like so many things are there that can be developed. So this is all. I just uh, adopting triple helix model and promoting research definitely cause innovation climate and economy to go. And the ATAL incubation, as you are under in this banner, and Prime Minister Research Fellowship, Startup India, Stand Up India, all these things are the part of this. And at the end, I would just say that let us collaborate to enable PM's vision of activating India 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, whatever, means all this model. Fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think we might have experienced this for to realize the motivating mantra of 130 crores of citizens of India. So this is all, and we need to work hard. If our conscience is very clear, so if we all individuals will take the oath that we will work hard, we will strengthen our relationship, and we will take the responsibility. So we will, because if we think our all the means globe as a one nation, one our people, our country, in face of this, our nation and the globe will definitely change. So I think this is I really wanted to say about my presentation. Thank you so much I think I have tried to cover the three parts: the innovations, then innovation types, and then the model of the innovation. Thank you so much for patient listening, because the 2 hour session is really it becomes you become bored, because you must be thinking, on the one hand we are talking about stimulus variation, and on the other hand we are talking about 2 hour session. So I'm just following Dr. Dubey, the instruction of the Dr. Dubey, what he has given me. So thank you so much, each one of you, and I would request each one of you to propagate this message, try to inculcate this culture slowly and slowly. There cannot be paradigm shift, but definitely if you will just promise today, definitely you will be able to develop this culture. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
all of
madam.
you, and thanks, Dr. Dubey,
There is certain distortion.
giving me opportunity to interact with you. Thank you so much.
Madam, I thank you. I also thank you
Thank you so
from
much.
bottom of my heart on
Thank
behalf
you,
of
sir.
all the participants for giving such a wonderful session. I mean, I think the presentation was one of the best amongst all, with such a nice preparation of the slides and presentation.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No,
Yeah.
even the
Sir,
participants.
I know you are a very good teacher, so you cannot say like this.
You can
Thank
see
you
the
so much,
comments
sir.
also, they have started coming in. You can see the comments in the chat
Sir,
box,
yes,
madam.
sir.
In fact, my participants, let me tell you, as madam was sharing, that she has done quite a big job and very good, excellent job, I would say, for the module on research and innovation. And in fact, this 2 hours time was too less for her. I told you she has been involved in lot many projects, and one of the curriculum development projects right now going at Gujarat. She is one of the major coordinators, and she had to fly to Ahmedabad to coordinate this. And I'm really thankful that she has just come from the flight, and instead of going to home, she is here to take up this particular session. So dedicated she is, and once again, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you, madam, for that.